Hey guys, welcome back to another top 5. My name is David, and guys, after the response from the very first top 5 last time with the clone troopers that should have been made, for that video getting over 100,000 views for its first time, it's a brand new series, just shows how much you guys like it, and this is now becoming a semi-regular series. So I'm very excited to be making these videos pretty often in the future. So, with that in mind, guys, this is the top 5 LEGO Star Wars sets that should have been made by LEGO. So the following top 5 are from fan feedback, a little bit of my personal taste, but I didn't want my taste to overfavor this list. So, number 5. It is the Geonosian Arena. Now, this is definitely a I was very surprised, honestly. I didn't realize how much you guys wanted this set. So a Geonosian Arena, there's two different possibilities with this set. So you could have the first part of the Geonosian Arena where you have Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan going against the 3 monsters, or you could have the other part of the Geonosian Arena when all the Jedi and the gunships and the battle droids all sweep in, giant battle, really cool, probably one of the best moments from Episode 2 of Star Wars. So majority of you guys actually sided on the where you had the 3 different monsters, and Anakin, Padme, Obi-Wan, etc. So a set like this would have those 3 characters, and then I would also like to see Mace Windu and maybe Jango Fett and Count Dooku as well. So there's been some pretty cool, I guess, fan designs of this, and I'll put some pictures up right now of what that possibly could look like. But this is certainly a LEGO Star Wars set that many of you have wanted. At number 4, guys, we have the Yavin 4 base. Now, this was a prototype LEGO set, actually. LEGO was in the works of making this, technically published it in the very first LEGO Star Wars Visual Dictionary, which came out in, quote me, I think it's 2010. When that book came out, there was, at the end of it, there was a section where it talked about, prototyping LEGO sets and the steps involved in making LEGO Star Wars sets. And they had really gotten involved into a Yavin 4 base, but it just hadn't made it past, I guess, the prototype phase. So I'm actually going to show you guys right now. You'll see a picture of the real prototype LEGO actually had that never actually went into, I guess, adding features and specialized pieces and really making it more of a finalized set. But it was in the prototype stage, and such a set would have had the Rebel Troopers, Luke, Han, Leia, of course Chewie, and then maybe like one of the Rebel officers. You could see things like as you'll have the X-Wing, maybe Y-Wing part of the base. You have the outside part of the base. I was again very surprised that a lot of you wanted a Yavin 4 base, but technically not surprised because again, this was a LEGO set that obviously LEGO thought, it went into the prototyping stage, so there had to be some type of demand there for the fact that it even was a prototype. So that just shows there is fans that want that, and there's still fans that want that, so maybe one day it'll go out of being a prototype and being into a final set. LEGO Star Wars is here to stay for the next 10 plus years, and probably gonna stay longer than that, so I wouldn't be surprised if down that line we could see this set. At number 3, guys, now this is my personal take, and that is the UT-AT. Okay, so I mentioned this in the LEGO Clone Troopers that should have been made top 5, and I said, hey, along with those Galactic Marines and, Bakar, all those snow troopers have gotten minifigures of, that could have been alongside a great UT-AT set. Now, the UT-AT actually stands for Unstable Terrain Artillery Transport. It's a bit of a mouthful. So what the UT-AT actually is in the Clone Wars is it's for when you're on like unstable surfaces. So maybe volcanic rock, it's unstable, it's moving around, maybe there's lava under it, it's moving, or bridges, or just any type of unstable ground, you want to use the UT-AT for that. So it's a very cool, unique looking vehicle. Now it is a little bit of a twist on the AT-TE, which is pretty iconic to Star Wars, at least the Clone Wars. So it's a nice twist, and I've always wanted to have it in the set. And again, you could have had those really cool Galactic Marines, Bakara, maybe even Commander Keller, even though he's kind of not canon. All those type of clone troopers could have been in such a set. It would have been really cool to have a Megiddo set, and it also would have been Order 66 theme, which is another LEGO Star Wars type of set you guys really had requested. I got Order 66 battle pack ideas, just anything from Order 66. You guys wanted to see that, so this could have been an Order 66 themed set, and you guys definitely wanted it. Again, you could have probably had like 4 Galactic Marines, Commander Pucara, maybe Kiadamunde, maybe 2 battle droids, and again, it could have been a really cool set if LEGO had made it. At number 2, guys, we have the Finalizer. So this is actually, because of The Force Awakens, just came out as of this video 6 months ago. The Finalizer is relatively new to everybody, so if you're not exactly sure what I'm talking about, it is Kylo Ren's command ship that we saw during Star Wars The Force Awakens, otherwise known as Episode 7. So the Finalizer is actually a gigantic, brand new battle cruiser to the Star Wars universe, introduced in The Force Awakens. It is a much bigger version of the Imperial Star Destroyer, and so, in my opinion, it's a really cool looking one. I like the dome under it. It looks like, you know, have your they really took ideas from different Star Cruisers that Star Wars has done in the Clone Wars, and you know, the Executive Super Star Destroyer from Episode 6. They really took that and mashed it up into a really cool looking cruiser. And plus, such a set could be either a Ultimate Collector Series or a regular playset. Now, it's more likely to see a playset if LEGO ever makes it, which I have a feeling they will eventually. Don't know when, but because we didn't get it in this first wave of Force Awakens sets, that does show it could be a little bit until we could get such a set. Why should LEGO make the Finalizer? Why should they? Well, simply because you're going to get Kylo Ren, you're going to get General Hux, Captain Phasma, you know, First Order officers. And my personal pick, if they made this set, they should have the First Order officer that was extra. Like they should make a specific First Order officer that has, you know, like sweat rolling down his face, and he's really scared because it's that one scene with Kylo Ren where that officer has to tell him the bad news about Rey. That would be the very reason to get that set alone for that minifigure. It would be just so funny. And speaking of that scene, it would be very cool to have not only the command part of the ship, if they made it a playset type of set, they could have the command part, but they could also have that computer scene, have like some ability where you could take Kylo Ren and slash up the computers. It would be a fantastic giant playset. I would particularly like them to do it like an Ultimate Collector Series mashup with a playset, so it's like maybe a $300 set that's, you know, pretty detailed on the outside but has enough playability and different scenes from the movie on the inside. That would be kind of a really cool twist for LEGO to do. Usually they do one or the other, whether it's a $100 playset or it's a $400 Ultimate Collector Series set where there's not as many features. So again, I would kind of like to see a middle ground if they made such a set. They, you know, they should also have the Kylo Ren, I got his like chambers where he has the Darth Vader mask. That would be such a cool LEGO piece to get a burnt up Darth Vader LEGO mask, have it in the ashes, have that room built in LEGO in the set would be so cool. And then maybe even a little mini hangar or hallways where you could have Finn and Poe escaping the Finalizer. This set is just dying to be made of all the different playability, scenes, characters that we could get out of it. It is certainly an excellent number 2 for this list. All right, guys, at number 1. Okay, this was definitely the most requested set by far, and I was actually caught off guard, and that is the Jedi Temple. So first off, it's not what you guys have suggested is it isn't just the regular Jedi Temple. It's like a mixture of the Jedi Temple as we see it in the movies, but also partly Order 66 theme, and like definitely have to be like an Ultimate Collector Series playset. So an example of that would be like the Ewok Village, or that really not so great Hoth playset that came out this year. So it'd be about, like, my guess would be anywhere between $250 to $400 for such a set, where it's giant but also has like a bunch of different rooms and things you can do with the set. Such things would be, you know, you'd have the younglings in training, the Jedi Council Chamber, and what'd be really cool, you know, that circular Jedi Council Chamber is if, you know, you'll have like Mace Windu, Yoda, Obi-Wan, maybe Anakin. You'd have those, and Plo Koon. But what if, like, say, Plo Koon or some other Jedi Master like Aayla Secura were actually a holographic form? Because we constantly see the Jedi Council Chamber with holograms because the Master Jedis are all around the galaxy during the Clone Wars having to do different things. So that would make perfect sense. But getting like a full-on, like, translucent Jedi, clear holographic Jedi in that chamber room, just one or two, would just make the set absolutely worth it, because we've never gotten a minifigure like that before. So that would be a cool little thing, as well as, you know, maybe the front stairs scene where you have the 501st Troopers marching up and you have those giant Jedi columns. Those could be fully made out of Lego bricks. You have the 501st Troopers with Dark Anakin marching up ready for what's going to be a giant massacre. It felt dark. You felt the presence of Darth Vader coming in that scene. To do such a thing, massacring the Jedi, the younglings, everything in that it's that presence of the dark side which fans appreciate so much of that scene. The meditation chambers, we got a lot of different scenes from the Clone Wars and Episode 3, Episode 2, Episode 1 actually. We got a lot of those scenes in the meditation chambers where Yoda would talk to either Anakin, in the Clone Wars it would be Ahsoka, such things like that about the visions and whatnot. So there's plenty of cool stuff. Plus you'd need hallways, maybe a little half an exterior of the Jedi Temple of what it actually looks like, and then you fill it in with all these different play areas. And then, again, you have that stairs in the front. It would just be such a cool Lego set. And such figures could be included, which would be like a Dark Anakin, Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, Ki-Adi-Mundi, some 501st Troopers, Commander Appo, some Jedi Youngling figures. It could be up between 14 all the way up to 20 different minifigures in such a set. I also want to give a thanks to Captain Rex 101. He had suggested such an idea like this on Brixset.com. So I did see this and I took some of his, what he would want, and I put that into my personal list of this. So I do want to thank him for that. But other than that, guys, you guys really did want this Jedi Temple, and I was very surprised. This was actually not what I was thinking when I had done my little survey out there on social media with you guys. I was very surprised to see that the Jedi Temple was your guys' #1 pick. Alright guys, that will be it for this top 5. I hope everything met your needs, guys. I really tried to make this list as fair as possible. Again, I tried to get as much fan feedback, so I didn't want to just make this my personal list. I wanted to make sure it was you guys, the fans list. So this is what you guys had given me to work with. So, if there was a set that wasn't mentioned on here that you guys really want to be made, leave it down in the comments. I want to see if it gets a bunch of thumbs up and see if it really was a set that needed to be made. And other than that, guys, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and that will be it, guys. So again, this will be a semi-regular series, so you might be seeing this video again quite soon. Another top 5 will be coming. You just don't know when. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.